commutative law as a switch. The switch, when you add them up, it's the same answer when you're all done. The switch, when you multiply, then you'll get the same answer every time. A plus B equals B plus A. A times B equals B times A. The switch, when you add them up, it's the same answer when you're all done. The switch, when you multiply, then you'll get the same answer every time. A plus B equals B plus A. A times B equals B times A.
Aram, eras, erat, aramus, eratus, eran. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Aram, eras, erat, aramus, eratus, eran. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Remember coordinating conjunctions by fanboys. For and or, but, or, yet, so. Remember coordinating conjunctions by fanboys. For and or, but, or, yet, so. In 1989, the communist dictators began to fall in Eastern Europe when Soviet General Secretary Gorbachev refused to send them military aid. In 1989, the communist dictators began to fall in Eastern Europe when Soviet General Secretary Gorbachev refused to send them military aid.
This is CC Cycle 2, Week 22, History. Tell me about the fall of communism. So it starts off with in 1989. So you're going to show 8 fingers and then 9. In 1989, the communist, your fist comes out and then your fingers come out. Dictators began to fall. Your hand comes down. In Eastern Europe, you're going to make an E sign and go around your ear. In Eastern Europe, when Soviet general, you're going to salute Secretary Gorbachev, here's your G sign, refused, hands across your chest and then out to send them military aid. Hands come across and then your hands are in like a little gun sign. All right, so we'll start from the beginning. In 1989, the communist dictators began to fall in Eastern Europe when Soviet General Secretary Gorbachev refused to send them military aid. Good luck.
What are some ways light is observed? Some ways light is observed are reflection and refraction, spectrum, wave, and particle. What are some ways light is observed? Some ways light is observed are reflection and refraction, spectrum, wave, and particle.
This week we will be learning about the Oceania area for geography. The first one is Australia, very obvious, big yellow area here, continent. The Great Barrier Reef, which is along the eastern border. Then you have New Zealand, this island to the east, southeast. Then you have Papua New Guinea directly to the north of Australia, and then Indonesia, which is kind of right below the Philippines, all these islands. So now I ask and you point, where is Indonesia? Where is Papua New Guinea? Where is New Zealand? Where is the Great Barrier Reef? And where is Australia? And now I point and you tell me.
Hi guys, here we go from Age of Industry. Timeline, timeline, this is my timeline. Age of Industry, circa 1760 to circa 1969. James Cook sails to Australia and Antarctica. American Revolution and General George Washington, Madison's Constitution and the Bill of Rights, French Revolution, the Second Great Awakening, Louisiana Purchase and Lewis and Clark Expedition, Napoleon crowned Emperor of France, Liberation of South America, the War of 1812, the Missouri Compromise, immigrants flock to America, the Monroe Doctrine, Romantic period of the arts, Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion, Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto, the Compromise of 1850 and the Dred Scott Decision, U.S. restores trade with Japan, British Queen Victoria's rule over India, Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. Lincoln's War between the states, Reconstruction of the Southern states, Dominion of Canada, Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany, Boer Wars in Africa, the Spanish-American War, the Progressive Era, Australia becomes a Commonwealth, Mexican Revolution, World War I and President Wilson, Lenin and the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, U.S. evangelist Billy Graham, modern period of the arts, the Great Depression and the New Deal, World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre, the United Nations formed, the Cold War, Gandhi and India's independence, Jewish state established, Mao and communist victory in China. Woohoo! North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the Korean War, Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement, Jim and Elizabeth Elliot, missionaries to Ecuador, the Antarctic Treaty, the Vietnam War, U.S. astronauts walk on the moon.
This is CC Cycle 2, Week 22 timeline.
It starts out with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And so we're just going to sign the first letter of each part there as an acronym NATO. So you're going to have N, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Then you have the Korean War, so you're just going to make a K sign, the Korean War. Then you have Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement. So you sign Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement. So it's kind of like Bill of Rights we had before. This is rights, you're signing rights. The Antarctic, Jim and Elizabeth Elliot, missionaries to Ecuador. So you're gonna sign their last name. So Jim and Elizabeth Elliot, missionaries. You can have an M and put it over your heart, like they're warming your heart. Missionaries to Ecuador. This is how you sign Ecuador. Your E is kind of over your hand, Ecuador. The Antarctic Treaty. It's really cold in Antarctica, so you're just gonna go Antarctic Treaty. The Vietnam, you're gonna have a V. Vietnam War. U.S. astronauts. So you're gonna make an R sign, and that stands for rocket. So you're gonna like take off your rocket. U.S. astronauts, and you're gonna come down like this is the astronaut. Okay. U.S. astronauts. Walk on the moon. So you're just gonna make like a fist with your left hand, and then you're gonna walk on it like you're walking on the moon. U.S. astronauts walk on the moon. So let's do that from the beginning. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the Korean War, Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement, Jim and Elizabeth Elliot, missionaries to Ecuador, the Antarctic Treaty, the Vietnam War, U.S. astronauts walk on the moon. Good luck.
This week, the students will be constructing a popsicle stick catapult. They're going to have 5 craft sticks, one on top of the other, and they're all going in the same direction, rubber banded on both sides. And then the 2 remaining craft sticks will be placed together in the same manner, but only one rubber band on one end together. Then you're going to take the rubber band and wrap it around both bundles, making an X in the center. And you can also take a small bottle cap and glue it to the open end of the 2 banded craft sticks to hold a projectile, or you could make it a spoon instead of those 2 popsicle sticks. You're going to slide the 5-stick bundle into the open end of the 2-stick bundle and push it as far the end as it can go, and you'll form a T or a cross shape with both bundles, and then you'll place a soft projectile like a cotton ball on the top of the open end or in the small bottle cap and press down and at the very top, and then release. So you're going to talk about different types of catapults. What's the purpose of a catapult? You can use mini marshmallows, small pom-poms, or popcorn for projectiles. You can also review with the students the different parts of a catapult. So the bucket, the payload, the arm, the rope, the frame, and the restraining rope.
Brianna, are you ready to listen to some music?
Yes!
Antonin Dvorak was born in 1841 and lived 63 years. He was a Czech composer known for his folk influences. He was the first of 14 children, 8 of whom survived infancy. He was baptized as Roman Catholic and had a strong Christian faith. He started playing violin at the age of 6.